Hello, plastic science enthusiast, and welcome back to Plastically, your favorite plastic podcast. Here, we unravel the complex world of plastic pollution, one fascinating and sometimes unsettling topic at a time. Let's forget idyllic beaches and pristine oceans for a moment. Today, we're plunging into the Plastisphere. That's the buzzing, thriving, and a slightly terrifying ecosystem that's colonizing plastic waste across the globe. From the deepest ocean trenches to the filters in your local water treatment plant, plastic is becoming a habitat, and that's changing everything. My name is Damaris, and I'll be your host for today's episode titled Plastisphere, When Plastics Become Home. Well, Damaris, what is a plastic sphere and why should we care? Let's start by painting a picture. Imagine a piece of plastic drifting in the ocean or sitting in a wastewater treatment system. It's not just a piece of trash, it's a blank canvas for life. Biofouling, the unwanted accumulation of microorganisms, plants, algae, and small animals on submerged surfaces, transforms that plastic into a mini ecosystem. Scientists call this the plastic sphere, a community of organisms that have adapted to live on and around plastic. The process begins rapidly. Within minutes, organic molecules coat the plastic, creating a foundation for microbial life. Bacteria, fungi, viruses, archaea, algae, and protozoans quickly colonize the surface. These microbes form a biofilm, attracting larger organisms like barnacles, worms, and even seaweeds. It's a complex food web, all supported by a base of plastic. Okay, but why is it important? Well, the plastic sphere has profound implications. First, it alters the fate and transport of plastic in the environment. Biofouling increases the density of a plastic, causing buoyant items to sink. This changes where plastic accumulates, potentially concentrating it in sensitive habitats. Second, the plastic sphere can facilitate the spread of invasive species and pathogens. Plastic debris act as a raft transporting organisms to new location. And finally, it impacts crucial processes like water treatment, as we'll explore in more detail in the next part. Now let's talk about the plastic sphere impact on the environment. The environmental consequences of the plastic sphere are far-reaching. Plastic pollution in general is a major threat, altering habitats, harming wildlife, and reducing ecosystems' ability to adapt to climate change. Millions of tons of plastic waste leak into aquatic ecosystems every year. The plastic sphere exacerbates these problems. It can create artificial habitats in otherwise barren environments, disrupting natural ecological processes. Plastic debris, colonized by microorganisms, can become a source of disease in both humans and animals. Some studies have shown that different types of plastic select for different microbial communities, including those enriched in sulfate-reducing bacteria. Wildlife is directly impacted by plastic pollution. Animals ingest plastic, then become entangled in it and suffer from its toxic effects. The plastic sphere adds another layer of complexity as animals may also ingest the microbes and pollutants associated with the biofilm. The fragmentation of plastics into micro and nanoplastics further increases the risk of exposure and bioaccumulation in food chains. Furthermore, the issue with waste colonialism comes into play. Wealthy nations often export their plastic waste to countries with less stringent environmental regulation, shifting the burden of pollution to already vulnerable communities. This exacerbates existing inequalities and perpetuates environmental injustice. The plastic sphere isn't just an ocean problem. It's also a major concern in water and wastewater treatment systems. Membrane-based technologies like reverse osmosis and nanofiltration are crucial for producing clean water, but they are highly susceptible to biofouling. The microbial communities that form on these membranes, the plastic sphere within the treatment plant, reduce water flow, increase energy consumption, and necessitate frequent cleaning or replacement of membranes. This increases the cost of treatment and can compromise water quality. In some cases, biofouling has been linked to bacterial illnesses in humans. For example, ultrafiltration treatment of wastewater has shown a significant water flux decline of 60% due to biofouling. The complex contaminants found in industrial wastewater, municipal sewage, and seawater make biofouling control even more challenging. Combating biofouling in these systems requires a multi-pronged approach. Pretreatment processes, membrane modification, and cleaning strategies are all essential. Emerging strategies include quorum quenching, which disrupts bacterial communication, and enzyme-based cleaning methods that are gentler on membranes. Even limiting phosphorus, a key nutrient for microbial growth, can help control biofouling. Okay, we've learned all of this, but what can we do about it? The challenges posed by the plastic sphere are significant, but not unassailable. Addressing this issue requires a holistic approach that tackles plastic pollution at its source and mitigates its impacts throughout the environment. Reducing plastic production and consumption is paramount. We need to transition to a circular economy that emphasizes reuse, repair, and recycling. Governments and industries must invest in sustainable alternatives to plastic and implement policies that discourage single-use plastics. Individual actions, such as choosing reusable products and properly disposing of waste, can also make a difference. Improving waste management is crucial, especially in developing countries that lack adequate infrastructure. This includes investing in collection systems, recycling facilities, and technologies for converting waste into energy. Addressing waste colonialism is also essential, ensuring that wealthy nations take responsibility for their own waste and support developing countries in managing their plastic pollution. The plastic sphere is a stark reminder of the pervasive and complex nature of plastic pollution. It highlights how plastic waste is not just an aesthetic problem, but a driver of ecological change and a threat to human health. By understanding the dynamics of the plastic sphere, we can develop more effective strategies to combat plastic pollution and protect our planet. It's time to shift our perspective. Plastic isn't just waste, it's becoming a habitat, and we need to address the ecological consequences of that transformation. Together, we can create a future where plastic is no longer a source of pollution, but a resource that is managed responsibly and sustainably. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the plastic sphere. I hope you're walking away today with some new insights and a renewed sense of purpose. This is a collective challenge, and every action counts. Keep reducing your plastic footprint, keep spreading awareness, and keep pushing for change. And if you have a project, an idea, or a dream, don't forget, if you can dream it, you can build it. See you next time!